Whew. Hey traders, how we doing? Wow, we are coming off hard. We're on the 240 minute now. I had to step back even just to see what this was doing, right? We're just watching price travel through time, right? It's almost like that's one big swing. It's almost like that's one big swing. There's a pressure cooker or a kill zone right here. There's another one here, right? So price was making new highs. Excuse me. And I know it's a little convoluted, but it's like right here. That's a swing though, man. You gotta have that. You gotta have that there, right? Price is bouncing along. Let me get rid of that. It's gonna happen, but there'll be some reaction. So price is coming off. It's been a rough since February 18th. Election day was over here, right? November or something. Or 6th. Yeah, it's there. Took off. Well, what are we doing? I know, this is exciting stuff, right? So here's our day. How'd it go? I didn't trade. I haven't been trading much on Mondays. My schedule is just really crazy, and I'm not in front of the computer when I need to be. I'm just trying to get you guys to sign up for the service. The fresh daily updates. I just post things that I see. That this is my day, right? Between the green lines from 7 a.m. to about 11. I'm looking for a simple setup, right? Right, an impulse down, a shelf, a wash, a retest of the low. Maybe it takes out the low, and then hide behind the wash for an entry. Right, so there's an impulse, there's a shelf, there's a wash, there's a retest, and then there's an entry. So these steps all have to happen for me to get in and for me to get out. Right, what gets me in, what gets me out. And we want a 3-to-1 trade. Why do we want 3-to-1? Because we're not winners, we're losers. And if you're going to be a loser, because you're going to lose a lot in this business, you need to have an edge. And the 3-to-1 trade gives us that edge. So in order to be a 3-to-1 trader, we have to know where our stops are. We have to know what price is let's say what price is doing, but where price is in that process. So when we have a setup show itself, we can now put risk in the proper spot and use it to our advantage. So here we have, right out of the get-go, price coming off. Price creates the shelf, right? impulse or sellers, 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 right? And then price pops through, wipes everybody out, right? All these stops are toast. And then price continues on down, leaving everybody behind. This happens to me all the time. Well, it used to happen to me until someone showed me what I was doing wrong. And then price comes back, and then we can put our orders in behind this guy. Behind, we have protection now, and we're wrong. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm not telling you you're making $30,000 in a week with this setup. I'm telling you that you're going to be trading as an educated, skillful technician, how to read a chart, right? This is all that's happening, guys. Price goes down, pulls back, and it continues, right? That's all that's going on in this whole thing. That's it, right? That's how price moves in a flow over time, right? It's how it works. And if you understand that it works in this way, you can now take advantage of how is this going to help me out? How am I going to capitalize on this setup, right? So how do I use it? It just keeps happening over and over again. I'm not like, this is how it moves. So when we're talking about what gets you in and what gets you out, which way the flow's going, this is it. Impulse down, shelf, wash, retest, pulls back, continues, right? Step 1, impulse leg. Step 2, shelf, right? And you can relax. You don't have to be in on the tick. You don't have to be in on the trade. You're now reading a chart. What's going to happen? Oh, they tried to go. Oh, they got wiped out. They all lost their money. Oh, they got to, they left without them. No, they jumped on the boat and were able to go. I don't know. I just, who cares? So now, that's all we're looking for. And you can sit here and say, I don't want to trade that size. You can say, I want to trade, here's an impulse like right here. Boom. Right? Just coming off this low. Right here. So you know it's going to bump into something. So when you start to understand this and see it, it comes out a lot easier. And that's why we practice so much. Just constantly practicing and, and it's not hard. I mean, you can just find the impulse leg, right? Find the shelf, right there. There's the wash, right? Now this one looks funny, right? This one feels funny. This one has a whole different thing to it, right? But the wash is in a different spot. And you notice that if you're stop, right behind it there, you're popped. Give it some room. So in this one segment, we got one impulse, two impulse, three impulse. And we're just following price. God, I wish I traded yesterday. And that's all within a half an hour, right? From 7:30 to 7:40, 50. Gosh darn it. It's just, it's tough for me. That time frame is really tough for me. If I had kids, it's my job to get them to school. So I have to be a little more patient. I draw my impulse to where price starts pulling back, right? And then the shelf starts showing up. And then I can say, excuse me, I can say, I've got another one on the backside. Guys, I do this every day. I'm not, I'm not making some random stuff up. This is gold, dude. The more you want to, the more money you want to make, the more, stuff, whatever, um, you can just lean into this. Get good at it. Take it to another level. Why do some of these work and why do some of these don't? Right? This is why this business is tough. Because I would have got smoked. I would have ate my whole stock. Right? Impulse up. Price dances around, washes them out, comes up, takes off again. Right? Maybe the shelf's right there. See that there? Boom, boom. You have these down here. I know. Oh, there's another one. Look at that. But you have to make that adjustment on the fly. And you have to be good enough, or, you know, it's hard to describe because you're not going to catch every trade. You're not going to get in on every trade. Every trade's going to be different. Over here, I would have bought that and I would have got popped. I would have got popped 100%. I'm not, that one worked. You just had to see it better, that would have got hit. I don't know if I would have caught that. So we know price is going down. So longs are kind of a little iffy. But now let's look at it from this perspective, right? These are smaller swings, so we're doing smaller trades. But if your impulse down, right? Let's see if we can figure this one out. It would almost have to be here, and it'd be hard to see how this would play out because what I'm trying to do is set up a scenario where this is the wash, right? We're reverse engineering what's happening here, and we just want to, we're just trying to see if we can, this is clay. Can we tweak this in a way that's going to help us see it differently? Because we have all the characteristics, right? We have the wash. Bring it down here. Yeah, see something like that, right? This is a wash for sure, right? Because you have the hard up, hard down. It's barely a hard up, but something. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't, right? Impulse, boom, boom. Then it just, come on. Huge stop. Huge. Huge. There's no way. The only way I would have taken this is if I cut it in half. Said, I'm just going to be above these guys right here and just take the risk. And heck, I don't even know if I would have got that. The only reason why I would have maybe got it is because I saw that. And that actually is an entry in itself, right? Because it bounces off the low, the kill zone, and then it pulls back into it. And then it takes off again and it gives us another one. That's the only way I would have caught that. And that would have been a heck of a run all the way to the close. When I sat here this morning looking at this, it's like, yeah, I don't see a lot. I don't see a lot of trades. And then you get into it and you start playing with it and you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Right? I see that. There's no wash. Right? Go into the next one. Got a pullback. Right? I want to hide behind this guy. I'm going to hide behind him. Doesn't come up. Doesn't come up. Impulse leg down. Wash. Barely. Barely. I mean, that's barely. But that works, right? Don't tell me that's not a. Don't tell me that's not a real deal. Come on. Come on. And then it's over. So there's a couple of them in there. But you got to just, map your swings. If you're trading this swing here, right? Price comes down, pulls into it, right there. It's beautiful. I love it. It keeps you on the right side because the impulse leg is the trend you're following. Object in motion stays in motion, and it so just for kicks and giggles, right? I don't see anything remotely close to a pullback that would give us any sort of shelf-ish. There's right there. I don't know. What's going on with the, do we talk about news? All right, Tuesday, we got some stuff, job openings coming out at 7 a.m. So we got to look at that. Tomorrow we have a couple of things. Consumer price index. And then we have unemployment. We're going to button up those numbers. And then we have some stuff coming in on Friday afternoon. So, nothing major. But, you see this thing take this out, this low out, pull back into there. They want to get in on this before. It's almost like the guy that sold this is buying this and selling that. Is buying this. I mean, they're that good. It's all machines. But don't forget that this is how price flows. And that's all we're looking for. And in this process, there's the wash, the setup, the impulse, the shelf, the wash, the retest, and then the entry. All right? Talk to you later.